The analogy of the snake starts off with Gan Eden, starts off with, right, with a perfect world where the world itself is now just perfect. Hashem created an amazing world, and then comes the contrary voice to that unity, and that is the voice of the snake. That's the voice of what we call the other side. But it says that the snake itself was called a great servant of the Creator before the fall of man. He was called a great servant, and he still remained a great servant. And what happened was essentially is that through the consuming or the listening of the advice of the snake, man now got the ability to expand their consciousness, right? So first there was the fall, but then the fall then gave forth the ability for man, right, Adam and Chava, to reclaim their state of unity on a much higher level, through a level of now their choice. Now they have chosen. So what the snake really represents on the deepest level is it represents the choice pattern that man has in order to now become this not just someone who's been created by default, but someone who has now expanded their horizons, their self, to now reach a higher level of consciousness, of understanding, of being, right? Had it not been for the snake, then Adam and Chava would have been in Gan Eden, and they would have felt basically a sense of limitation. They would have been like, okay, God is just giving me this. God is telling me this. He's, I'm created in this way, and it's default state. So the snake is this power to choose, essentially, and by choosing, right, either good or the opposite, right, and by choosing the opposite, like, we have to make another choice of not doing that thing again. And by doing that, we become what we call Baal Tshuva, master of Tshuva, because we're like, this didn't work out for me. This was the wrong choice. But the snake, or the mistake in that way, now allowed me to make a greater choice and thereby employ my power of higher self and my higher choosing. So I want to expand on this, because this is a very, very important point of man now being cast out of Gan Eden, right? And it says that God kept the sword. I think we touched upon this last week a little bit, that this sword, this double-edged sword over there, was kept as a protective shield mechanism, in a sense, that man cannot now enter Gan Eden anymore. And there's this double-edged sword. And this double-edged sword, or who's holding it? The cherubs. Who are these cherubs? These cherubs are, so the Zohar says it's the angel Memtet, which is basically Mateh, right? Mateh means a staff, right? But it comes from the letters Memtet, which is the angel, this angel of Memtet. And this angel of Memtet has the ability, gives us, what does Memtet actually mean? Memtet is 49. There's 49 levels of Kedusha, then there's 49 levels of Tumah. Up until the last level of Tumah, God forbid, that's the letter Nun, which stands for Nachash, for snake, right?